Welcome, everyone, to the celebration of the class of 2000. We would ask that the assembly please rise and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Scott Brunel, and then followed by the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner by Emily Carvey and Emily Day.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
At this time, we would ask that the assembly be seated for the welcome delivered The first welcome for the class of 2000 will be delivered by Julie Corbett.
Parents, friends, families, teachers, guests, and most importantly, graduates. Welcome to Champlain Valley Union High School's Class of 2000 graduation. I am proud to be part of this class, and I hope everyone here realizes how exceptional this class has truly become. The accomplishments of the individuals in this class are outstanding, and the power of this class often seems mind-boggling. This is our last day of high school, and I still don't believe it. Leaving CVU is an event that is always in anticipation and never seems to arrive. To me, graduation is right up there with Grad Challenge, where even after it was done, I still felt like I had more to do. I'm waiting for graduation to hit me. I've been waiting for the past few weeks, and I've been waiting for the past few years. Maybe tomorrow morning, or when I'm bored this summer and don't have any summer reading to do. Or when my friends and I part in our separate directions, but most likely it'll hit me when I'm on a plane into a new direction and a new life. I want to welcome you, but I also want to thank all of you, because both the good and the bad experiences over the past 4 years have helped me grow and realize the true lessons of life. We have succeeded with each other, and we have been discouraged together, but most of all, we have grown together. This is our graduation, and I ask you to take a few moments to celebrate everything that you have accomplished and everything that our peers have achieved. Our class possesses talents, skills, and the desire to serve the surrounding communities. And honestly, I don't believe that I, one person in our class, can sum up our experiences and our impact on society in a few short minutes. Each one of us has grown in different ways, and we have helped each other along the way. I want to welcome you to the ending of a brief but meaningful period of life and to the beginning of new adventures. Welcome to an ever-changing society in which we have the power to make a difference. Welcome to a day of celebration of accomplishments. Welcome to a day of sorrow as we promise friends we'll keep in touch, fearing that we won't. Welcome to a day of honor and, most importantly, pride and freedom. Be proud of who you are because you are part of this extraordinary class. You have the power, the support, and the knowledge to do what you want to do in this world. And I hope that all of you use your futures to their greatest potentials. Thank you for being my friends, my teachers, and part of this class.
The first address on behalf of the senior class will be delivered by Gwendolyn McDay.
In order to send you, my fellow CVU graduates, off into the world in a better state of mind, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about living smart. Dave Barry defines living smart using the following example. Suppose that two people, call them person A and person B, are both late for appointments in New York City and have to cross the street. Person A rushes into the street and is immediately struck by a taxi going 146 miles per hour. Person B, however, in an equally big hurry, decides to pause at the intersection and look both ways before crossing. While doing this, he is severely beaten by muggers. So we see, the choices that we make affect the quality of our lives, and we must always strive to make the best choice, which in this case was the one made by person C, who decided to skip the appointment altogether and remain in his hotel room for an afternoon nap. Personally, I don't know much about taxis or muggers. I do, however, consider myself certified in the area of snoozing. High schools are known as a time of sleep deprivation. I know that there are articles we read about how classes shouldn't start before 11 for adolescents, and that all-nighters are popular pastimes, and there are even some of you out there who have trained yourselves to only get by on 4 hours of sleep a night. Well, I mean this with the greatest amount of respect and love, and pardon me for saying, and no offense meant, but you people make me sick. While I certainly sacrificed sleep freshman year, I have evolved to an 8 hours a night or bust stance. In fact, I don't think I've stayed up past 12 this entire year for homework purposes. As Martin Luther King Jr. did, I've had a dream, and I'd like to share some ways that you, too, can enjoy the simplest form of recreation. Trying to avoid stress without actually doing less is like a goldfish attempting to escape from his bowl. No exit is provided, so make one. Sleep is very underrated, and it can really put things in perspective. Create your own sleeping space. At college, the mattresses are specifically crafted to be longer than usual so that no sheets will actually fit. This is a subtle method of torture because either your sheets will be too large and continuously slide off, or they will be too tight and snap painfully against your calves. I suggest you bring your own mattress, or if you can't do that, arrive early and scamper throughout all the dorms, finding the best mattress and smuggle it back to your room. Now, if you're going to be starting a career here in Vermont, you probably have the best choice of location for sleeping. And if you're joining the military, I'm not sure mattresses are allowed in boot camp, so listen up. Make sure you get a really good comforter that always smells of fabric softener. Resting doesn't necessarily mean lying down for 7-hour hibernation. 15-minute naps or giving your eyes a brief siesta can be a refreshing gift if you do it right. I have discovered that pajamas are cheesecake that can be eaten all day without gaining any pounds. I live in my pajamas. Occasionally, I'll even wear sweatpants, but those are only legal in the comfort of your own home, and I do mean that towards Chris Little and Lance Austin. Led by the beautiful Kate Courier, I know there are many of you who don't even take your pajamas off for going to school. This is beautiful. Don't ever lose the ability to gloat in relaxation. Others will be envious and hopefully encouraged to lighten up as well. Also, remember that comfort objects are priceless. I won't mention any names, but I know at least 2 individuals here tonight who still sleep with a glowworm and bring it to all overnight events. Take pride in the unconditional love of your ratty old blankie or a teddy bear, which is no longer recognizable as such. Never be embarrassed by old friends. In addition, find a good bedtime story. My personal favorite is Gwendolyn the Miracle Hen. Mr. Greenwald has developed a taste for Harry Potter. Miss Sherwin enjoys E, the story of a number. And I know that the story of English gives Mr. Carey good dreams. Escape from reality before nodding off. In conclusion, make the most of unstructured time. If you're looking for some deep hidden meaning in my comments, then I guess my message is to live smart. Don't get so caught up in the seductress that is activity that puts your health at risk. As 2 local ice cream moguls remind us, if it's not fun, why do it? Remember, there's always time for a nap. Revel in the unproductiveness, and then realize you are re-energizing your body and mind. So go forth, my fellow class of 2000, and know all the sunny places. Rejoice in your surroundings. Remember to turn the pillow to the cool side on a hot summer night. Dream with abandon, and yawn like you mean it. On behalf of all the seniors, I would like to thank the teachers and staff of CVU and Ascending Schools, as well as the parents and community members who have provided knowledge, friendship, and love to the class of 2000. Woo!
The second address on behalf of the class of 2000 will be delivered by Ian Stewart.
I got the long route to take there. Sorry about that. How y'all doing today? Yeah? Anyone nervous? All right. Well, I found out that I was going to be speaking here today while I was in Belgium, actually, and I was here. I haven't been in school for the past 3 months, really, but I'll give it a try, see what I have to say to y'all today, give you some words of advice. And have you ever heard of that song by the guy named, see, I don't even remember, so you probably won't remember either, but Bobby McFerrin? Yeah? Don't worry, be happy? Yeah? That's about the only words of advice I can give you today, all right? We're going to be moving on. You know, this is the last day we're here in the governmental structure of schooling. We don't have to go to school anymore. I'm psyched. So, but you're going to be moving on. We get new things we have to take care of. We're on our own now. We don't have the parents to look after us, and it's a little scary for some of us. We haven't been on our own yet. But what you have to keep, as far as I'm concerned, is happiness. That's the only thing that's really important out there. You have to survive, but we've sort of figured that one out. There's survival, and then there's happiness, and then you're all set. It's something that I think a lot of people forget. It's you move on in life, and you get stuck up in trying to reach all these goals that you set, and you get stressed out. And don't get stressed out. Make sure that what you're doing is what you want to do and what makes you happy. It's the only way you're going to live a meaningful life. Everything in between is deadwood. I mean, why do you want to live till you're 120 if you're doing 50 years, just working in a job you don't want to do? So just make sure you have your standards set for what you want. And yeah, that's all I have to say. I don't have much to say to you guys, so don't worry, be happy.
Each Each year it is tradition for the departing class to present a gift to the school. This year, the class gift will be presented by Brooks Bon-Watt and Catherine Merritt.
In September of 1996, about 15 or 20 of us joined together to form the Freshman Class Council. Now, being new to the school, I don't think any of us had any idea what a class council was, and to let alone what we were supposed to accomplish. Basically, most of us were just there for the donuts. So, seeing that we had no major plans for that year, it was suggested to us to start thinking about our class gift. It seemed a little early to talk about senior year, but nevertheless, we began brainstorming. We wanted something that would be long-lasting, something that could affect all the groups around CVU, and most importantly, something that would never let the school forget the unbelievable class of 2000. So, this is the criteria we used to come up with the idea for a trust.
The CVU 2000 Student Trust, as we've named it, is a $10,000 trust. Every year, 5% of its value is going to be given to various areas throughout CVU that are seen as having a need for it. The money is going to be distributed by the Board of Trustees, which is going to be composed of both faculty, students, and administration. And it's our hope that through the use of this money, they'll be able to help to increase the diversity of groups and organizations in CVU, increase the inclusiveness of the CVU environment, and help faculty, staff, and students to make CVU a place where more learning can occur. It's our hope that through donations from other classes, community members, and local businesses, the growth of the trust will be augmented so that our class will continue to have a lasting impact on CVU. Thanks.
Thank you to the class of 2000. That is a gift that has never been matched and is unbelievable in its generosity and future endeavor and looking to help people down the road. So thank you very, very much. At this time, I would like to introduce the members of the school board and the superintendent of schools. I'd like to present the back row. To my right, your left, Elizabeth Bassett. To her left, Chris Dutton, John Rinaldi, interim superintendent, Elaine Lawrence, Vivian Hodgkin, Dottie Waller, Spencer Knapp, Peter Battelle on my left, Bob Mason, and we'll get to the other person in a minute. Okay? At this time, I would like to recognize the entire faculty and staff of Champlain Valley Union High School, which is to my left. We also have one member of the faculty who is retiring for the second time. And I must tell you that not only is he retiring, but he was also a teacher in the school when I was going to high school. And I did not have the pleasure of having Mr. Ty as a teacher, but he did teach my sister. So I'd like to recognize George Ty. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the invited guest speaker to the class of 2000, a person who I'm sure needs no introduction, but we will introduce him by two names, just in case. His first name is Niles. And then in case you really want to know, it's Mr. David Hyde Pierce.
Thank you. Some of you may know I was here speaking 4 years ago today. So where was I? For those of you who do watch Frasier, yes, I did drive here today in the motorhome with Daphne. For those of you who don't watch Frasier, I'm not speaking to you. I am so proud to be here. I am so proud, in particular, to be addressing this class. You are an extraordinary group of people, and I'll tell you how I know that. Because at CVU, when seniors have been very good, they get to hop into their cars and drive to Koval's. How good must you all be? At the end of today, you get to hop into your cars and just keep driving. Amazing. Although you still may not sit in the gazebo during school hours. It's a paradox. I quite understand it myself. It seems like if you can't sit in the gazebo during school hours, then shouldn't everyone just have a gazebo at their house? Just a thought. Well, you're going to miss CVU. It's going to be a sad day today. You'll miss, well, looking at the gazebo. You'll miss the weekly pitter-patter of the National Honor students as they trundle about with their blue recycling bins. And you'll miss Val's CPR class, which apparently many people will miss now that it is no longer required. And I just want to take a moment to congratulate Val on that class. It's a unique class in the annals of CPR, I think perhaps because of Val's many years of training as a gym teacher. Yes, just remind all of you who've taken the class and those of you who didn't get to take it, her unique approach to resuscitation. You, get up now. Works every time. But I gotta tell you, as sad as you are to be leaving, imagine how sad your teachers are to see you go. Imagine how sad, and remember that extreme grief sometimes manifests itself in inappropriate behavior. Laughter. Spontaneous dancing. Don't be surprised if as you hop in your cars and drive away and remember that, ooh, I left my blue recycling bin at school, you come back to find disco music playing on the intercom. Mr. Recchia, wearing a lampshade on his head, brazenly sitting in the gazebo, underneath a banner, a makeshift banner that reads, "It's Champagne Valley now, baby." Yes, their grief knows no bounds. It's sad to leave the past behind, but it's also time to look at your future. Do you all know what is going to happen to you in your future? Nope, me neither. But I do have a few thoughts, 3 thoughts, about what to do about not knowing. And the first thought has to do with choice. Now, you've all spent the last year or so having to make a lot of choices. Are you going to go to more school? Do you wish you'd taken less school? Are you going into the Army? Are you going to work? Are you staying home? Are you going away? I'm talking about a different kind of choice, and I'm going to illustrate it with a story. It takes place in ancient China. It's an old farmer who has a very small farm with 1 horse and 1 son. And one day, the horse runs away, and all the neighbors said, "Oh, isn't that awful?" And the farmer said, "Well, maybe." And the next day, the horse came back, and brought with it an entire herd of wild horses. And the neighbor said, well, isn't that fantastic? And the farmer said, well, maybe. And the next day, the farmer's son took a ride on one of the wild horses, was thrown and broke his leg. And the neighbor said, oh, isn't that terrible? And the farmer said, well, maybe. And the next day, it's a very busy village, the army came through town, recruiting people to go off to fight in a terrible war, but they did not take the farmer's son because he had a broken leg. And the neighbor said, isn't that wonderful? And the farmer looked at his son and said, well, maybe. The point is, you will not be able to choose what life throws at you. You can only choose how you react to it. As Hamlet said before he faced his final challenge, but right before that, he said, there's nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so. All right? So, that's your choice. Now, another strategy for approaching your future is that you must listen. You've got lots of people giving you advice all over the place, I'm sure. Don't listen to them. There's a voice inside your head, and that's what you have to listen to. And I want to be very clear here. It's a single, small voice. If you have lots of voices in your head, and if they are telling you that you're the king of France, that's a different thing and you need to seek professional help. No, I'm talking about a still, small voice that will instinctively, in your mind and in your heart of hearts, tell you what you should be doing. They tell you that you can be whatever you want to be. It's not true. It's not. When I got out of high school, my first job, I was a security guard. Yes, you can laugh. And that's the first time I heard my small voice. I was sitting in my little security shack. It was a rock concert. It was some violent, it was like Guns N' Roses, or it was maybe just Guns, or just but it's a mean band. And I was sitting there as motorcyclists were chaining their motorcycles to the chain link fence to rip it down. And the little voice in my head, aside from saying, run away, said, David, this isn't the thing for you. You got to listen to that voice. And in order to hear that voice, you have to find quiet. You have to find perspective. You have to find peace. Some people find that in church or in synagogue. Some people, God help them, find it playing golf. There are a million ways you can find it, and one way, which has been so encouraged here, which I applaud, is through the arts. Not just the performance of the arts, but through the participation in the arts. The arts give us perspective. The arts show us ourselves. And it's in the face of artistic accomplishment, artistic achievement, and artistic exposure that we can begin to see ourselves and hear that voice that tells you where you must go and what you should do. Thank you. And just a quick footnote, I don't want you to think I'm an arts chauvinist. I know that there are other departments here, and I applaud them. I'm not ignorant of the fact that the field hockey team, the soccer team, the cross country, and the boys tennis all were first in the state. I'm not ignorant that Nate and Ari were nominated for the McDonald's All-American team. I've been asked to announce that the track team and basketball team will be first in the state next year. That was a request. The problem with me is my information comes mainly through my nephew Randy, and he never tells me about his basketball career. But I'm under the impression that he dabbles in music. So, the last point I want to make involves your participation. It's sort of a biological question. Please think carefully before you answer to avoid an awkward situation. Everyone, please point, someone's already doing it, to your uvula. Your uvula, thank you. Okay, who runs the biology department here? Thank you, there it is. Your uvula is this thing, that hangs down in your throat. The only way you can see your uvula is if you open your mouth. The great thing that you people have done over your years here is you have been such powerful advocates for yourselves and for your class. Don't stop. Speak up, speak out. Speak up for what's right. Speak out against injustice and hate because, as you have all proved in your 4 years, we're all in this together. If one of us speaks up, we're all better. If one of us remains silent, we all suffer. Here's a paradox for you, which is even more interesting than the here's a gazebo, don't sit in it paradox. You can and should today celebrate your individual achievements and at the same time recognize there is no such thing as individual achievement. Your friends, your family, your teachers, and each other. You are all graduating today. You are all responsible for each other's success. In agreement and in disagreement, you build the achievement that you have created together. Don't let that stop here. As you go on, speak up, speak out, let them see your uvula. Let me sum up. You can't choose what life throws at you, but you can choose how you respond to it. Listen to that little voice and let him see your uvula. Choice, voice, uvula. If you don't remember the words, remember the initials. CVU. Congratulations.
At this time, I would like to recognize the valedictorian and salutatorian for the class of 2000. The salutatorian, Benjamin Zablotsky. And the valedictorian for the class of 2000, Gwendolyn McDay. You ready? Are you ready? Yeah? We could bring up another speaker. No? Okay. Mr. Mason, as chairman of the board of directors, these students have satisfactorily completed the prescribed course of study according to the requirements of the state of Vermont and the board of school directors of Champlain Valley Union High School. Therefore, I recommend that they be recognized as graduates of this high school, the class of 2000.
Thank you, Val. By virtue of the power invested in this high school and as chairman of its board of directors, I accept your recommendation.
I would ask that the graduates come forward at this time. Christopher A. Abbott. Eve Tobias Agna. Katie C. Allen. Colleen E. Anderson. Nathan J. Anderson. William Anderson. Nathan Stanley Andrews. Talis Saul Archdeacon. Justin P. Armel. Patrick J. Assell. Robert Assell. Lawrence James Austin. Sean M. Baggs. Crystal L. Bailey. Matthew T. Baldwin. Travis G. Baldwin. Katie A. Barber. Sarah J. Baxter. Noah Meyer Bernstein Hanley. Jeremy T. Bissett. Rebecca S. Bizzaio. Renee S. Bishop. Lisa A. Bolwin. Brooks B. Bond Watts. Kevin Bouchard Hall. Jamie L. Boutan. Sarah E. Bove. Stephanie M. Brugel. Scott Brunel. Alex M. Bunton. Andrew J. Burke. Lester R. Burritt. Catherine E. Butlin. Eric G. Camp. Emily Carvey. Jennifer L. Castengay. Carrie Ann H. Chamberlain. Matthew W. Chase. Rachel A. Chaffee. Emily B. Claremont. Jamie Lee Clare. Daniel L. Clark. Stephanie E. Cohen. Caroline E. Cole. Julie Elizabeth Corbett. Crystal M. Corin. William Thomas Cosman. Catherine D. Courier. Christine M. Curtis. Nathan B. Curtis. Emily Elizabeth Day. Abby L. Deschler. Christopher J. Devono. Carrie L. Dextrays. Andrea M. Dion. Eric O. Driscoll. Elizabeth T. Dubois. Catherine Teal Edwards. Amy L. Enos. Carrie L. Esty. Michael G.R. Farnsworth. Catherine Ann Fitzgerald. Collie D. Foxman. Steve L. Gaffney. Zachary H. Gerson. B.J. R. Getty. Courtney St. George Gignus. Rachel L. Gill. Denise M. Giro. Daniel G. Glazer. Benjamin Gordon Golub. Christopher R. Gagne. Nicole M. Goodrich. Dana J. Graff. Erica L. Grayson. Christopher S. Gribno. Kristen E. Grimm. Carl Nikolai Goodwin. Jonathan P. Haftarchuk. Katie L. Harrington. Morgan A. Hibbard. Heather Hill. Maley L. Holland. Ryan Mark Hopper. DeFell J. Howard. Eulela Ray Ishii. Thomas S. Jerry. Jamison C. Job. Michael C. Johnson. Laura L. Jordan. Richard Jozviak. Logan T. Younger. Evson Jurassic. Jessica L. Kaiser. Joseph Michael Canfer. Jaron C.K. Christopher Nicholas Keene. Sarah Jessica Kehoe. Lily K. Kingston. Nick R. Kropat. Benjamin M. Culp. Christian D. Kuza. Kelly Ann LaBerge. Nina D. La Rosa. Stacy K. Lambert. Jamie M. Lavalette. Jennifer Nicole Leroy. Josh W. Leggett. Matthew R. Lesage. Michael R. Levine. Christopher Terrence Little. Tom B. Little. Lucas Lambrager. Jennifer L. Lowell. Erin Marie Marcotte. Stacy Lynn Marcotte. Ellen Patricia Martell. Ryan Michael Luigi Massimo. Thomas G. McAuliffe III. Laura Keelty McBride. Kristen M. McCarthy. Aaron McCaslin. Michael J. McClary. Gwendolyn E. McDay. Amanda L. McDonald. TJ Mead. Catherine A. Merritt. Ryan L. Mobbs. Elizabeth M. Moquin. Michael Morrow. Zena Mount Nameson. David E. Munson. Kate E. Nevins. Allison E. Newman. Timothy Andrew Nicosia. Corey W. Nolte. Michaela Krug O'Neill. Alex R. Oakes. Catherine L. Odie. Crystal Jennifer Julie Owen. Jennifer E. Palmer. Sarah E. Palmer. David V. Parker. Jonathan Neal Parker. Mary Margaret Parker. Sean M.K. Parker. Kevin M. Paulo. John Richards Peters Jr. Randall Hughes Pierce. Gretchen H. Pileggi. Joshua G. Place. Robert J. Primo. Miranda L. Provo. Benjamin Adams Pizarros. Kelly H. Radimer. Joshua David Ravitt. Jason W. Raymond. Julie Ann Reeves. Kristen A. Rose. Margaret D. Quartel Richardson. Jessica M. Rivers. Nicholas A. Robarge. Nicholas B. Rossler. Erica J. Rose. Hannah Aviva Rosenbaum. Charles W. Rosenthal. Benjamin J. Russell. Jennifer Lynn Russell. Peter B. Salvatore. J. Peter Sandy. Brooke Oliver Scatchard. Christopher Michael Scheib. Ryan A. Scheib. Ari J. Shapiro Miller. Timothy R. Shaw. Patrick Anderson Shea. Emily H. Silman. Jared W. Silva. Christine Natalie Simmons. Matthew D. Simmons. Melissa Ann Simpson. Virginie Sinnapin. Kimberly E. Small. Aaron D. Smith. Laura R. Smith. Benjamin Spinney. Jonathan A. Stewart. Kimberly M. Strader. Ian Taylor Stewart. Ashley B. Swearingen. Audrey Neff Swift. Tyler E. Tenney. Jamie L. Terrio. Sarah Pirro Thompson. Sarah E. Thing. Brian John Valentine. Kristen W. Van Wert. Christopher H. Vance. Alexa Gabrielle Visco. Aaron E. Wacom. Nora F. Wasserman. Tucker C. Watson. Jonathan A. Webster. Dennis C. White. Donovan D. White. Nicole Heather Whitney. Whitney E. Williamson. Erin E. Wisniewski. Garrett A. Wolf. Greg D. Wolf. Justin M. Walter. Sarah M. Worcester. Megan C. Worcester. Sarah Elizabeth Wright. Karu Yasuzawa. Benjamin Zablotsky. And Hannah E. Zellman. Tassel. At this time, congratulations. We have a request that TJ Meade will be delivering the closing remarks. One of the issues many times is people tend to fill in the middle of the tent, and graduates cannot always exit. So we would ask that you wait till the last graduate pass before you fill in behind them, just so they can not go to Koval's, but keep going with their cars.
How you doing? When I was asked to speak at graduation, I had a hard time thinking about a piece of advice or a message I was going to tell you guys. So I thought I'd just shoot from the hip here. One night I was trying to I remember the words of a good friend and a mentor of mine. He said always in regards to speeches, keep it short, keep it funny, or keep it educational. And since we seniors have had about as much education as we can handle, I'll try to keep it short and funny. So that same night I was watching Frasier, starring David Hyde Pierce, instead of studying for finals. And an idea struck me. I've had the best teachers and coaches that Vermont has to offer. I've been challenged and guided in the classroom, but I've also been given the freedom to explore. I found that learning is more than just facts and figures, tests and measures. It is really about interacting every day with those around us. It is about reaching out and being kind, listening and responding respectfully even when we strongly disagree. It is about finding a niche for learning, where students can take a risk, where failure sometimes brings the greatest knowledge. This thing's annoying me. These are the lessons that we have learned from personal experiences and personal relationships here at CVU. Therefore, I want to use my time in front of you today to honor not only the faculty and administration and staff, but also those people who don't usually get their deserved recognition. For example, I don't think a day went by when I didn't receive a friendly good morning, TJ, from Carol Cushing, a janitor passing by in the hall. Nor did a day go by when Del King, the track coach, didn't ask me to be the javelin catcher for the track team. It's moments like these that I will miss and cherish most. I don't know how many times Vicky in the Nichols House office reminded me of my many unexcused absences. And then patiently listened to my lame excuses. Another group I'd like to thank is the library staff. Even though I was recently kicked out of the library for good, I'd still like to thank them for showing me all that the library has to offer. Oh, and Fred, we all know who Fred is, don't we? We'd like to thank you, Fred, just for being yourself. Fred's the guy who just sits around with a beard. But we love him, we love him. The final group I'd like to honor is the lunch staff. Not only has their food been consistently tasty and constantly surprising over my 4 years here at CVU, but I've also never seen a group of women deal with Nate Anderson and Chris Gagner's antics with such composure, class, and dignity. So now I'd like to address the soon-to-be seniors and the rest of the underclassmen. I urge you all to think about a person or a group of people who's brightened your day one time or another, be it a teacher, a drama instructor, a cleaning technician, a passageway transitional facilitator, hall monitor, a coach, whoever. Remember what they've done for you and try to do the same for another. Try saying hello to people in the hall. Help someone carry their books, anything. You never know. It might be that person who helps you the most someday. And now to my fellow classmates of the year 2000. I have one piece of advice to offer, take it or leave it. As you go on to either college, the workforce, or the Navy, remember your humble beginnings here at CVU. When you find success in your adult life, remember who helped you out, who helped you the most. Always honor those who might not get the credit but should have. Always run to the person who gave you the assist, then run to the crowd. It's personal experience right there. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Mr. Hyde-Pierce. I'd also like to wish the faculty and staff here at CVU an extra special good luck, because you made it through me. My sister was a breeze, but there's another Meade coming. And he puts me to shame. And to my fellow classmates of the year 2000, good luck with all that you do. Be safe tonight and always. And now, my sisters and my brothers, let's throw our hats and get out of here.